Okay, guys, welcome back to a new video here. So today we're going to be talking about Tim Dillon absolutely going off on the Trump and his administration over basically the censorship of Jimmy Kimmel. And he's also going to go in at basically how the administration and Trump himself just think his people are dumb. I mean, that's basically what Tim Dillon is saying. And it really is wild because, again, if you listen to what a lot of the podcasters like Andrew Schultz, Joe Rogan, Tim Dillon himself, their big argument was, hey, the left, Kamala Harris, Tim Walz, they're the party that's going to be anti-free speech. Trump is a guy who's actually going to stop censorship and basically, end corruption, go after Jeffrey Epstein, release all the Epstein files. And of course, the opposite has happened. Okay. And I really do think the Epstein thing in particular, guys, that is where we saw kind of what's the term? The dam break. I mean, you saw a lot of podcasters basically turn and be like, okay, I can't do this. Like Andrew Schultz, for example. And we're going to show you the clip of Tim Dillon's reacting to this. But he basically also says, they're stringing us along, trying to distract us from Jeffrey Epstein by accusing Obama of treason, but yet providing no evidence and then just moving on, which is super, super strange. I mean, it's bizarre. So here's a clip, and we'll talk about it after reacting to it. And by the way, guys, if you're enjoying the content, make sure to like and subscribe. It's super good for the algorithm, and it helps with the channel immensely. And if you want to become a member, hit the join button below as well. My Patreon's below as well. Thank you guys so much for watching. Here's a clip, and we'll react to it in just a minute.
Comedian is, subject to removal because he says something that the president of the United States doesn't like. Also, here's a sidebar. Is Jimmy Kimmel the deep state? When Tulsi Gabbard goes out, who I like, but she goes out and goes, Obama's guilty of treason. And they don't really present a ton of evidence. And then they just drop it and they move on. And then they go, well, this guy and that guy and this guy and that guy. And then the Epstein files, they all vote to not release them. And then they go, well, Jimmy Kimmel, let's get him out of here. And then, Steve Bannon's got a documentary with 20 hours about Epstein. We'll release that. You got all these hours. Nobody over there, they all think you're really, really dumb. And they're treating you the way you treat a young child who wants something that they're not going to get. You try to distract them with other things. You can see, I don't have kids. I'm around people that have kids all the time, and they'll go, I want to do this, I want to do this, I want to do that. And then you go, hey, what about this? Take a look at that. Isn't this cool? Look, a dog. This is that. This is that. I mean, Kesh Patel is walking around like the most compromised person on earth. If Kesh Patel is not afraid of something, I don't know what fear is. These people are running around. They're going to unmask everything and expose everything and whatever. Again, I wasn't the one who ran on that premise. They were. And none of that has happened. In fact, whatever cover-up's going on, they're extending it. They've now become a part of it. They are helping facilitate it. Every comment under everything these people post is, what the fuck are you doing? Speaking of a 7-Eleven, I don't think Kesh Patel could solve a robbery at a 7-Eleven without fucking it up, by the way. It's just, the guy's the head of the FBI.
Okay, so again, he attacks the administration for basically censoring Kimmel, saying it's insane that he had the FCC acting like a mafia boss, basically saying, oh, we can do this the easy way or the hard way, and they take him off the air. Okay, that's pretty insane. They do that, which he's not happy about. And again, he mentions the Obama thing, which is crazy. You accuse him of treason and all these government officials, yet you don't bring any charges. Again, not talk about the Comey thing, which is obviously a political hit job, and he'll probably be released, but we'll see about that. We'll see what happens with that. And again, it's obvious it's all a distraction from Epstein. Again, the administration, this is why it's just so hard to trust anything you hear now from the government, specifically from this administration. You have Kesh Patel, Dan Bongino, Donald Trump, Pam Bondi, all of them campaigning, grifting, many would say, on, hey, we're going to, we're going to make a ton of money, basically saying we're going to get in office and we're going to release all the Epstein files and expose people. Kesh Patel himself even said that the reason why they don't release the list is because the people whose names are on it. Well, now there's been more evidence to come out that, Donald Trump might be on that list, and now we don't get any Epstein files? Oh, that's kind of weird. What's up with that? They had the binder fiasco that happened. It's all a joke. They're trying to basically insult the intelligence of the American public, which I think they thought would work, which is pretty wild, but that really hasn't happened, okay? And again, it's wild that the gaslighting these people give too. You would think that, nobody knows anything. They have all the access to the Epstein files, but they don't release it. Steve Bannon, of course, major Trump ally, has 20 hours, this is true, guys, 20 hours of tape with Jeffrey Epstein in interviews he did a couple years ago, in 2019, I think. Maybe you should release that to the press, Steve. But no, of course not. Maybe because he said some things about Donald Trump that would make him look bad. Who knows? And then today it comes out that Elon Musk was maybe on the island. This is according to the flight logs. This is in the House oversight documents released by the House Democrats. I don't think Musk has responded to this, but this is the allegation that's being made by, or it's not the allegation. I think it's in the little documents in the court filings, or not the court filings, an Epstein schedule. Okay. And again, it's basically what Tim Dillon's saying. They think we're dumb. They think the people are dumb. They think his base is dumb because they think this is going to work. Again, Patel and Bongino to basically say, Jeffrey Epstein, he definitely killed himself. He didn't do anything. It's very clear cut. After for years saying, oh, we're going to release everything. It's a joke. How do you have any credibility? Which is why there's so many conspiracies about the assassination of Charlie Kirk, because people don't trust anything coming out of this administration at this point. They think it's all a joke. How Patel is still in a job after all this, to me, is just wild. I mean, and even Pam Bondi, people have no trust. Pam Bondi saying we're going to go for hate speech laws. What are we talking? Again, this administration literally campaigned on the First Amendment and saying, we're going to bring to you free speech. We're all done with the censorship. But then they're saying, oh, we're going to look into hate speech laws. What the? I mean, it's really bizarre, okay? And again, it is true. Every comment on all these posts on Kash Patel, Dan Bongino, Pam Bondi's, what are you doing? Very cool, but release the Epstein Files. But they don't do it. They don't do it. And he says, and he basically breaks it down, I wouldn't trust Kash Patel to basically find out a robbery that happened at a 7-Eleven. And it really is a good way of putting it. I mean, the corruption and the cover-up that's going on here, it's an extension of the cover-up. It really is. Now, is it because he's intelligent with Mossad or CIA, or is it because Trump's in the files? Again, we saw that weird, creepy birthday letter that he wrote to Epstein. I mean, it really is strange. But you would think maybe Trump appointed very fierce loyalists to his position to maybe cover up for his potential involvement with Epstein. It really is bizarre, guys. And listen, I think you've seen the podcast realm in particular really turn on Trump, at least be somewhat more critical than they were in the beginning. I mean, let's be honest. They had a major influence in Trump getting elected. They really did. And I think Tim Dillon is having some second thoughts. I saw Theo Vaughn the other day comment under a DHS post like, yo, I don't want you promoting my content to support your deportation effort. That's kind of insane. But again, that's what the government's doing now. So pretty wild stuff. I mean, the idea this administration is free speech. Not to mention the people they're deporting. They're deporting people for criticizing Israel. I mean, what is going on here? It really is absurd, the amount of censorship, and this is a violation of the First Amendment here under this administration. So that's what I got for you guys today. Let me know what you guys think about this. Is this the beginning of basically turning on the administration even more, or is it just a one-time thing? Pretty wild stuff. So again, let me know what you think of the content in the comment section. And again, make sure to like and subscribe. It's super good for the algorithm, and we're super close to 1,000 subscribers, so let's try and get there soon. Hit that subscribe button. We just got to 900. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great night, and I'll see you later.